The table legs are clearly flat, but the marbles roll diagonally downward. This instantly scared the casino manager to the point of wetting himself, because the ground is definitely parallel, which means the entire building is tilted, just as a marble fell into the disc. The crowd was excited, because as long as the marble entered and they won, then he could receive a 700 million in prize money. But the store manager beside him remained completely calm. He had already installed a protrusion near the opening. When the marble passes by, it will fall into the hole ahead. However, something unexpected happened. Marbles, it did not move along the planned path. Instead, it struck steadily toward the winning slot. In an instant, everyone's stars got into their throats. The manager couldn't help but shout, "Yummy die," perhaps as if heaven was on his side. The store manager might have been on Kaiji's luck yet. The marble eventually slipped into a nearby hole. This scene made everyone feel a sense of regret. At this moment, the store manager also noticed from what just happened that the disc was no longer tilted forward, but someone changed it to lean backward, and the guy said he was overthinking it. Then he took the remote out of his pocket, which clearly showed level 7 forward tilt on it. Obviously, the machine is fine. The store manager immediately snapped at him. This idiot saying the other party could even replace the guard parts. Change the remote control wiring. It is not an easy task. As soon as he finished speaking, a customer nearby accidentally scattered the marbles. Seeing this, the store manager, he was so scared he broke out in a cold sweat. It turned out he noticed the marbles on the table were moving in one direction. At this moment, only then did he realize the seriousness of the problem. The other party did not change the remote control wiring. Instead, the entire floor was tilted. Wenting's subordinates didn't believe her at all. After all, carrying out such a large-scale civil engineering project would take less than 3 years. 5 years is absolutely impossible to complete. However, the manager was completely panicked, no matter how Kaiji and the others managed it. The primary goal now was to stop him from watching. The other party looked anxious and uneasy. The uncle nearby couldn't help but marvel at Kaiji's wisdom. It turned out that when Kaiji was eating spicy ice at a coffee shop, by chance I learned from others that the casino was nearby. The building is undergoing foundation reinforcement work. This made him instantly realize that the geology near the casino was very soft. So he came up with a bold plan. That is, placing a 20-ton object on one side of the building. At that time, the entire building will inevitably take on a slanted posture. Although the idea was wonderful, the uncle felt it was not very realistic, because just transporting 20 tons of sandbags, they would have to spend a lot of labor and time. Besides, such a massive project would definitely be discovered by the casino staff. By then, all efforts will be reproduced in succession.
It is not sand. Isn't it sand? It is the water of water. Water, water.
Keith really is a genius with an IQ of 250. He immediately rented a room in the casino building facing the opposite direction from the disc. The room is then filled with 20 plastic sinks, each 1 cubic meter in size. Then turn on all the taps in the room to fill the water supply. This way, it can easily reach a weight of 20 tons. Thinking back to this, the uncle couldn't help but sigh. Kaiji must be a man who can create miracles.
The extraordinary night of fantasy beyond normal understanding. A revelation beyond normal understanding. The path to a reversal, or a reversal of the trajectory, is a path to a miracle.
To prevent the marble from entering the winning pit, the manager insisted on setting the machine's tilt to the maximum. However, after the marble successfully passed the first floor, still rolling along an unpredictable path, although he did not successfully enter the winning hole, but it also stirred considerable turmoil in the store manager's heart. He understood, if the disc still tilts forward, it will only trace along the outer trajectory. But the situation just now was completely different. It seems that even with the tilt set to maximum, it won't help. The disc has been completely affected by the building's tilting. Just as the manager was silent and desperate, a bold idea flashed through his mind. Now that the building is already tilted completely backward, then why not play along and tilt the entire machine backward? In this way, the tilt angle becomes even more sloppy. At the same time, the winning holes in the first 2 stages will become even harder to pass. After hearing this, I couldn't help praise it as a brilliant plan. But big brother, have you ever thought about this? Instead, it makes the winning hole on the 3rd level easier to enter. To address this issue, the store manager had long anticipated that 2.5 years ago. He had designed a defense system. It was internally banned because it was too perverse. Now is the time for him to break the seal. Wenting's subordinate looked reluctant because that thing was just too stubborn. At that moment, cheers erupted from the crowd. 2 marbles entered the disc at the same time. This thing scared the store manager so much that he was so scared he was wet from the urine. He recalled the 7 years since entering the DI Empire. He was like a lapdog, trying to please the president and tolerate his abnormal perversion. Ling knew playing those absurd, shameless, foolish shows with him. It was hard to win the favor of the second in command now, as long as you hold out until the day the old chairman dies. What awaited him was a road to glory. How could he fall for someone as useless as Caius? So pray to heaven in your heart. Hope marbles don't fall into the winning hole again. Perhaps it was the arrival of Lady Luck, as both marbles on the opening four failed. Store manager, having survived the ordeal, let out a sigh of relief, but he knew well that favoritism alone was key. It is not a long-term solution, because marbles can still enter from the side. Every time I saw the marbles successfully enter the first level, the store manager began to pray inwardly. When he saw the marbles hanging on the second level, the mountain pressing on your chest will fall. This feeling of lingering on the edge of life and death, making his life worse than death. Suddenly, the marble card popped out of the machine and left the scene. Instantly, a dead silence fell. This means the death of 10 million flower pills. But for the store manager, this is good news. Just now, when he was down to 5 million, he adjusted the tilt. During this period, no marbles from case entered the third level. This also shows that the double tilt solution is indeed effective. Now, as long as you can withstand the arrival of your trump card, then this battle is his victory. And at this moment, the pressure of opening the thread is even greater. Watching the marbles keep slipping away, he couldn't help but curse inwardly. My passionate horse is considered to have activated the double light mode. That 5 million should be worth 1 too, but by now it had already been spent. 10 million, and not a single marble entered the third level. In a daze, I began to feel a kind of abandoned loneliness.
The impending destruction was the moment of decisiveness, but the outcome was still far from decided.
Next is the summary of this episode, analyzing Case's breakthrough thinking, and it's quite shocking. He skipped the framework of breaking the 3-layer disc. Instead, the issue is elevated to the casual chatter of people around the building, capturing the foundation, reinforce this key message, and instantly link it to the casino's tilt, and even using the simple and direct method of 20 tons of water. This directly changed the gravity layout of the entire casino. He showed us that when you can't win in a cheat game, the most effective approach is often to change the game itself. They can even play tricks like flipping the game table first, although the manager uses a double tilt method to prevent the filaments from splitting. But with a bit of luck, as long as one marble successfully enters the third level, then there is a chance to win. But from the store manager, they also have a secret weapon, a trump card that becomes a new suspense and obstacle in the story. From nail spirit to discs, guards, and then tilted discs, 3-layer discs, the casino has pushed its cheating to the limit, making the audience very curious. What is the ultimate secret technique? Let's wait and see.